X produces 3 goods. All right, we have the quantities and the prices. Okay, so we need to tabulate first the nominal GDP. Okay, and then afterwards we're going to calculate the real GDP. The nominal GDP is the GDP which doesn't account for inflation. Okay, the real GDP is the GDP that accounts for inflation. And how we are accounting for inflation, we're going to see when we're calculating real GDP, we're going to use the base year's prices. Okay, so first we're going to calculate the nominal GDP for each year. Right? So in the year 2021, we produced 10 million eggs. Each egg is going at 2 kwacha. So you're just going to say 10 times 2, you get 20 million. Okay, nominal GDP, very easy to get. You're just multiplying price times quantity. Right, bread 20 million, loaves or whatever the quantity is, multiplied by the price, 20 times 2, you're going to get 40 million. Sugar quantity 5 million, this can be tons. Okay, kgs, the price 10 kwacha, so 10 times 5, 50 million. Right, so the GDP for 2021, you just add 20 plus 40 plus 50, you get 110 million kwacha. Any questions? That's the nominal GDP. Okay, we go to the year 2022. Okay, eggs 12 million, price 2.5, so I'm going to say 12 times 2.5. Colleagues with calculators, 12 times 2.5.
30.
Okay, thank you. 30. Okay, bread 25 times 3.
75.
75. Okay, sugar 5 times 11, 55, right?
55.
So 30 plus 75 plus 55.
160.
160 million. Okay, so that's the nominal GDP for both years. Any questions? Okay. The answers are already here. GDP for that one. GDP for that one. It is even 2023. Okay, for this example, we'll just use 2021 and 2022. Then when I give you a tutorial, I'll give you at least 3 years. Alright, now we're going to calculate the real GDP. This is where we're going to adjust for inflation. So the way we adjust for inflation, we're going to have to use the base year's prices. Okay? So in this question, let's see what was our base year. Yes, using 2021 as the base year, calculate the real GDP for 2022. Okay. So the base year, the nominal and the real GDP are going to be the same. Why? Because the price, you're using the same prices. Okay. So for 2021, since it's our base year, so its real GDP is still going to be 110 million. Okay, the real GDP for 2021 is going to be 110 million. Now for 2022, okay, we're not going to use the prices for 2022. We're going to use the prices for 2021. Okay, these prices here, these two kwacha, I mean this, yeah, these two and this 10. All right. So let's see where I put my workings. Yes, as you can see here, the prices that we are using are for 2021. Okay, because as I said, if you don't account for inflation, right, you'll find maybe your quantity stays the same but the price goes up and your GDP will look like it has grown, but let's say you are being stagnant. Maybe then your quantity might go down but the price goes up for the same good or service you're producing, and you believe, oh, my GDP has increased, but in reality your productivity has gone down. All right, so I'm going to say using 2021's prices for eggs, we'll say 12 times 2, get 24 million there. For bread, we did say 25 times 2, we get 50 million there. For sugar, we're going to say 5 times 10, we get 50 million there. Any questions?
Just a clarification, sir. So the question said we're using for 2021. That's why we've gotten the prices that were used in 2021. But we're using the quantities for 2022?
Yes, the quantities will stay the same for the actual years.
Okay. Thank you.
Sir, that by doing this, it means you have accounted for inflation.
Yes.
Okay.
You don't believe it?
Thank you. I do, sir, because we have used the prices for 2021 about this year. So, yeah. It's been accounted.
I'm sorry, sir. I joined a bit late, so I think I'm a bit behind somehow.
Okay. Which can you tell me exactly where, so that I know where to start from? Were you okay with nominal GDP?
Okay, maybe I'll try to catch up. Let me.
No, it won't take long. Don't worry. It's a very short and fast explanation. It's not complicated. We're trying to get nominal GDP and real GDP. Real GDP accounts for inflation by using the base year's prices. Okay? Nominal GDP doesn't account for inflation. Okay? So here we're just basically multiplying quantity times price. Okay, madam? Quantity, yes, times price. So for your nominal GDP, you'll be given the quantities and the prices. So you just multiply them, okay, madam? For nominal.
Okay, sir.
But real GDP, you look for your base year, the year of reference, okay, and you use the base year's prices. So like here for 2022, we're using the prices of 2021. So that we can see, are we being more productive or not? Okay, colleagues, the key thing here is we want to just find out, are we being more productive? Are we producing more or not? So we are keeping price stable. We don't want any price changes to give us, I would say, I won't say wrong results, but I would say trying to look for a word. I'll find that word. But it's like a mirage. A mirage. Okay. The nominal GDP is like a mirage. Colleagues, will I believe will remember a mirage. Huh? When you go in the desert, then you see a pool of water, then you run, there's no pool. So the nominal GDP, it will show you like, your GDP has grown, but sometimes you find that growth was due to just the increment of price, not quantity. So the real GDP for 2022 is 124. You just add these three prices. Any questions? Next question is, what is the rate of real output growth from 2021 to 2022? So colleagues, anytime you're asking about these rates of growth, just remember you're dealing with percentage changes. Okay? If you remember from microeconomics, I gave you a basic formula for percent changes. Does anyone remember that basic formula for percent change? New minus...
So I can tell, so I wasn't there.
Okay.
Percentage change be calculated as increase or decrease in value over original value times 100%.
Yes. New minus old divided by old times 100. Okay, colleagues? Never forget this, because those who are going to be doing masters and you'll be doing financial decisions for managers. They'll give you reports where you have to make an analysis on financial statements, and you're going to be using this formula a lot. Maybe even in fourth year you might see it also. So remember, anytime you get a percent change, new minus old divided by old. Or remember, the other one is new divided by old minus 1. Okay. So here, one find what percentage has our GDP grown or reduced from 2021 to 2022. Okay. So if you remember, the GDP for 2021 is 110 million. Okay. We calculated it earlier on. GDP for 2021, 110 million. And since it's our base year, okay, so the real and the nominal GDP are going to be the same. Okay, so the real GDP for 2021 is 110. Then for 2022, okay, our real GDP is 124. Okay. So you're going to see, so the new is 124 minus the old 110 over the old 110 times 100. Yes, those with calculators. What percent change is this? Oh, I've already even calculated it here. .73%. Okay, the GDP has grown by 12.73%. Okay. Any questions?